welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to talk to you about all the things that I made in March, but before I get into that I have something to confess. There are going to be no more plans on my channel. I'm not going to say never ever ever, but definitely for the immediate foreseeable future I will no longer be doing sewing plan videos. The reason for this is that I found at the end of March and again at the end of February, after I did actual sewing plans, I ended up getting myself quite worked up because I didn't manage to make all the things that I had planned that I was going to make. And as much as I know deep down inside myself that it's really not the end of the world isn't going to stop, so it's not going to stop spinning just because I didn't manage to get all my sewing plans done, and no one's going to turn around and be like, hey, you said you were going to get this done and you didn't. I ended up completely stressing myself out about all the things that I didn't end up making for that month that I said I was going to make. So with that in mind, I thought to myself, do you know what, it'll probably be a lot easier if I just don't do a plans video, because then that rules out any stress that I might have at the end of the month. And then it might actually mean that I get more sewing done because I don't have that pressure of being like, oh my gosh, I said I was going to make this and now actually I'm not making that anymore, I'm making this, and stuff like that. So I thought I would see how it goes in April, and so far this month I have already made 3 items that I was completely inspired to make by the fabric rather than sitting down and trying to fit fabric to a plan or something that I wanted to make, which is actually how I used to sew before I started I guess taking YouTube a bit more seriously, I guess. So that is something that I'm going to do, like I said, for the immediate foreseeable future. It might change, but for right now I think that's probably the best thing to do, because at least at the end of the month I will feel a bit more accomplished of the things that I have made, rather than thinking about all the things that I didn't end up making that I said I was going to make and when am I going to fit it in, blah 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 blah. So that's that out of the way. So moving on to the things that I have made in March. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about that I made in March, I actually can't show you a physical garment or insert a clip of the moving garment because I made it for a friend's daughter, and it was an African print skirt and it was for her birthday. So I'll insert an image that I took on my phone. I mean, excuse the quality, but it was absolutely beautiful fabric. I went for some really bold prints on it, and I got the fabric from a shop on Petticoat Lane. I want to say that it was called Honey's, but I don't know completely. I mean, a lot of people go down there and be like, oh my gosh, where's the shop Honey's? Because literally Petticoat Lane is an absolute, like, it's a gold mine for African print fabrics, don't get me wrong. And it's actually not Petticoat Lane, like, I don't think. I think it's called Middlesex Road or something, but if you Google Petticoat Lane Market you'll be able to find it and you'll end up in pretty much the right place. And pretty much every shop, it's basically like the African print and sari fabric version of Gold Hawk Road, I think. I mean, you can still get sari fabric on Gold Hawk Road, but basically near enough every shop down there sells African print fabric, and it's absolutely fantastic. If you go there and you don't really know what kind of print that you want, you can probably find one that you'll fall in love with. If you do go there looking for a specific print, it is slightly harder because they don't necessarily have every single print that you want. But it is still fantastic. I would definitely say to go if you're in the London area, or if you're taking a day trip down to London or something, definitely get yourself over there to check it out. The other place I like to go to get African print fabric is Dalston on Ridley Road Market or Wrigley Road Market. I'll look it up and get the correct spelling down in the description box below. That's the other place that I like to go, and there it's like a market, so you can barter a little bit but not massively, because obviously a lot of the time the fabrics have a fixed price anyway, but they have a bit more of a different array of fabrics and a bit more of a mixture and stuff, because I don't know, maybe they might be able to get odd ends, or it might just be different people, different companies and things like that. So that's the first thing that I made. The second thing I'm going to show you is just another inserted clip of some cafe curtains that I made for my kitchen. So for anybody who actually does know me and has been to my humble abode, you'll know that I've needed kitchen curtains for ages, and my aunt came around at a couple, like literally the date of my birthday, and looked at my kitchen and she was like, you need to get some curtains up. So I was just like, okay, I cannot have this presented to her the next time she comes around. So I went off and got myself some fabric and self-cover buttons and a tension rod and some threads, all from Dunelm. And I've done a tutorial for them as well because they are absolutely fantastic. They are really great privacy blinds. So I've done a tutorial for it, which will be coming out fairly soon. I know I said like last month that they were going to be out like at the end of the week, and they weren't. But yeah, that's an aside. The tutorial for that will be coming out soon, and they're so quick and easy to whip up. And if you literally just need a quick fix of a little bit of privacy, if you've moved in somewhere new and you just want something really, really quick, you can definitely head out and get some. And like I said, I got all my supplies from Dunelm, and it was super, super cheap, very cost effective. But more details will be in a tutorial that I will post on here, and then extra information in the blog, because all the measurements and maths and all that kind of stuff can get a bit jargony. So the next thing I'm going to show you is actually an incomplete item, so bear with me while I go get it. So this is my incomplete item. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I started work on this back in March. It was probably one of the first things I started sewing in my March makes, and I used Vogue pattern V858, if it can come into focus at all. And I have attempted, I think I said in my plans as well, that I've previously attempted to make this jacket, and it didn't come out quite so well. So I was hoping that because I was using different fabric this time, a bit more sturdier fabric, that I would have a bit more success. But unfortunately, it hasn't quite turned out how I had hoped. So the biggest problem that I have with this jacket is that basically it just doesn't fit. It's really, really big around the shoulders. I mean, I cut it on a size 14 because I was quite nervous that I do have quite broad shoulders anyway, and I just didn't want to cut it too short, then it'd be too tight and doesn't really fit properly. So I thought I would cut it on a size 14, but once I'd cut the lining and obviously the actual fabric and I tried it on, it just really fit way too big around here. So what I'm thinking of doing is inserting some darts, which I've literally hand basted in, and I'm just trying to amend it and stuff on the front. I'll put it on so you can see a little bit better what I mean. So what I've tried to do is where it's a princess seam that goes down here, I've put in a dart just here on the shoulder, where I've just basted it in to try and get the body to fit a bit more, because I think the shoulders are, how I've inserted the sleeve, it's not perfect, but I think it's okay, it will do. I don't hate it, but it just really, it doesn't fit, and I've tried to do it again on this side. I've tried as much as possible to make them in the same place, but they are slightly out. One is slightly more forward than the other, so I just need to balance that out. So that's what I've done at the front, because the back actually fits okay. I mean, I need to press it more. I mean, please excuse all the imperfections. But yeah, that's what I've just tried to do to this. So hopefully, once I've done the amendments and everything, it will come out looking lovely. But it's just a little sneak peek. But it's just a massive lesson learned to me to make sure that, especially when it comes to making jackets, that I at least do a practice run first, so I can make all the amendments beforehand on like trial fabric, rather than going straight into my actual fabric and then still needing to make different amendments on that as well. So that's one thing for me to be more aware of next time. So then hopefully that will actually make some of my jackets fit a bit better. The only reason why I didn't do that first as before is because the first blazer I ever made, I literally made it out of the packet, and it was absolutely fantastic and I love it. It's my favourite blazer today, and I talk about it loads and loads and loads and loads, so you guys are probably a bit bored of it now. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen it pop up quite a few times. It's that beautiful cream floral one that is just, I love it, absolutely love it. So that is my unfinished make for March. So moving on to something that I have finished and I'm really happy with. So I made 2 white shirts. So this is one of them, and this I used another Vogue pattern to make this one. For this one I used Vogue pattern 8476, which is a pattern that I have used before. As you can tell that it's all ripped at the seams and everything. It's a very, very well used pattern. It was the first shirt that I've ever made. This time, however, was the first time I made it following the instructions almost to the T, in that I have done buttons that aren't in a placket, they sort of loop over. I mean, I've used elastic and the instructions don't tell you to use elastic, but I just thought that elastic might turn out a little bit better. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think I will do it again. I think the next time that I make it, I will do it like I did before when I extended the front the centre front to insert a placket, and the first time that I ever made it, I put a placket down the front and then did buttons and buttonholes, vertical buttonholes and then buttons, as you would expect on a more traditional shirt. And I think that's better because this is quite gapey, as you can see, which is probably partly due to the buttons not being in the right place, but also, again, where I'm a bit broader around my back, which it's not a problem for me, I absolutely don't mind it, but it just means I need that little extra bit of room so that when I'm moving around it doesn't gape and stuff, because it fits everywhere else absolutely lovely. I'll insert clips and everything, but it's just the front bit that gapes a bit, which is not a problem because I can just wear a little vest underneath it and it'll be absolutely fine. It'll solve that one, but it's just another lesson learned for next time. And so I'm wearing it today with some jeans, some trousers, haven't got onto the jeans yet, with some trousers that I made, and this was another pattern hack from the grey ones that I made in February. So I made, in my plans for March, I said I was going to use the fabric for some high-waisted paper bag trousers, which obviously I didn't make, which was to match the jacket, which isn't finished. I hope you're beginning to see why I started to get quite stressed out at the end of March. So yeah, so I made another pattern hack for that, and again I said the tutorial was going to be up ages ago at the end of March. It's going to be up guys, and it's not up yet, but it will be coming soon. It's all filmed and everything obviously because I've got the trousers made and I'm wearing them today, and I'll insert a clip so you can see a sneak peek, but definitely make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to be in the know when that tutorial goes up, because it will be up soon. It's all filmed, I just need to edit it and all that sort of thing. And also there'll be extra information on my blog, again, because it's all about measurements and cutting this, slashing that, insert that, which is a bit hard to show clearly in a video when you're trying to make sure that it's all like cropped to be the right, that you're looking at the right thing and stuff. So there'll be extra information on my blog, but the tutorial will be up as well on here. So look out for that one. And then finally I made another white shirt, like I said, in March, and this was a long sleeve one, and again another Vogue pattern. A little bit of a trend here, isn't it? I do like a good Vogue pattern. I do like the other patterns as well, but sometimes if I'm on a run of Vogues, then I'm on a proper run of Vogues. So yeah, so this was a white shirt that I made that was long sleeves, and I used Vogue pattern 8855. So this actually came straight out of my plans. Woohoo! So this was in my plans, and I said I was maybe going to make it all in white. I did make it all in white. Tick, yay for me. And as I was making it, I was like, I definitely want to make this shirt again because it's just absolutely lovely. I really, really love it. I'm thinking that I might make it with the piping next time, but I just don't know. I don't really know if the piping is me, or I don't know. There was a part of me that was thinking of maybe doing it with the piping as a print rather than a solid, but I don't know. I'm undecided, but I definitely want to make the shirt again. I'm just not sure exactly how I'll make it. Maybe I can make it as a denim shirt. Oh, brainstorming. I can make it as a denim shirt if I get some really nice sort of lightweight chambray or some cottony looking denim, and I could do the trims with like a brocade, or maybe even like actual trims, you know, not like sequins, but sort of pearls. Maybe I could do pearls on the collar if I did it with a collar that time, and then maybe did like brocade or lace on the rest of the shirt. That could actually look quite nice, because you do get denim shirts that have really, really contrasting trims. So maybe I'll do that actually. That sounds like a good idea. Let me know what you guys think in the box below. But I'm feeling like that could be a good idea. So yeah, so they were all the things that I made in March. I'm not going to say there's going to be an April plans, because there isn't, because there are no more plans for now. There will be an April mates, because I'm still going to be sewing. I'm just not going to show you what I've planned, what I'm going to plan to make before I make it. I'm just going to sort of go with the flow, let the creative flair get me, and make what I need to make, even because I need something for myself, actually need something for myself, like jeans that I keep going on about, or make something that someone has asked me, that a client has asked me to make them. So yeah, so that's going to be how I'm going to run things for now. So yes, I'm sorry, I know there was quite a few people that said that they did like to watch my plans videos to sort of see how I plan things. but it's just I just can't do it. Not that I can't do it, I don't get the benefit out of it that I really hope that I would do. Even thinking about it, like last year when I was planning the things I was going to do for the William G blog series that I did with them for those 10 dresses, make sure you head over to their blog to check those out because all those dresses are up, and hopefully you guys will find it useful because I used 10 different dress patterns, went through how I made each of them, described the fabric that I was using and stuff. It was actually a lot of fun doing that blog series, so make sure you go head over and check that out, and I'll link it down below. But when I was doing that and I was planning things that I was going to make, I genuinely thought that I'd be able to make all 10 of them in November, because in my head that made sense. But then when you're doing it with planning out a blog post and you've got to take all the pictures and everything as you're going along, then it takes a little bit longer. And then obviously you have to write the post because you don't want to forget all the things that you found that are a bit tricky and things like that as you're doing it, or be left at the end of having to write 10 blog posts all in one go. That's a bit of a feat in its own self. So at the end of November, when I didn't manage to get all those done, I was a little bit like, oh, but there were other things I wanted to make as well, and then the same in December. But January, when I kind of wasn't going to make anything, and making some things I actually really love and actually were quite like fulfilling in terms of creativity, and then get into February and March and having a set thing of I said I'm going to make this, this and this, and then maybe not making it, or looking at something else and being like, oh, I really want to make that, but thinking to myself, well, no, you can't make it because you said you were going to make this. It was too restrictive, I think is the word that I'm going for. For me, it was a bit too restrictive. I would like to be quite free in the things that I make and just sort of decide on a whim, oh, I want to make this, run out, get the fabric and things like that. I do still have my Make 9 plans for the whole year, which are still going to stay in place because they are for the entire year, and they are actual things that I want to do and will benefit me in terms of the skills that I want to develop, as well as other things that I need to make, like jeans. I keep saying this because if anybody has watched any of my other videos, you'll know that near enough every month I have planned to make a pair of jeans. So far I've made one pair and they failed. So yeah, and the biggest kicker of them all is that at the weekend, my literal last pair of grey skinny jeans that I bought and I've had from DPs for years ripped. I was so upset. So I actually really do need to make some jeans, because I have promised myself that I'm not going to buy a pair of jeans until I actually make myself a pair that fit and work and function and don't have any issues. So yeah, April, we're practically at the end of April now, so this video is already really late, but May I'm going to make jeans. I've actually bought myself some jean fabric today, and I was looking on Higgs and Higgs. I say some jean fabric, bought denim fabric. Get it right, Andrea. I actually went and bought some denim fabric today online from Empress Mills, and I've also got my eye on some fabric from Higgs and Higgs, so I think I'll probably get that sort of next month, but I'm just going to do it in stages. Get some fabric first, make the jeans, get the next pair, make the jeans, and go on like that, rather than getting a whole load of denim and being like, oh my gosh, where do I start? Because that's not going to help either. But yeah, jeans, they're on my Make 9. I need them because I'm running out of jeans now. I have only one black pair of skinny jeans and one boyfriend jeans. I only have 2 pairs of jeans. 2 pairs, 2! But yeah, I hope you guys have actually found this video helpful and you'd like to see the things that I've made, even though it was a lot fewer than I said I was going to go into make this month, but it's okay, can't be helped. We're moving forward in a positive direction. I know what I want to be doing now, so hopefully you guys will subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave me any comments in the box below. Let me know what you think about that denim shirt. I'd really like your input, or if you have any other ideas of what trims I could put on it, because yeah, I'm quite looking forward to making that one. I think that could be quite a good one. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!